Yeah, folks, thanks for coming back in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Welcome back in. We're back in. We're back. Welcome back to MBPFishing. Yes, this is our channel. For coming in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. What can I say besides freedom? Yeah, we finally got out of the hospital. Finally got out of the hospital after our kidney surgeries. We're down here trying to keep things healthy fit for you guys. Happy Saturday, by the way. Yes, it is also Saturday. You guys enjoy the show today. Get some bait on here. I don't know how many night crawlers I got left. I dug like 7 to 8 of them before I went to the hospital. And look, they're all still alive, so that's one good thing. A lot of times in this heat, they'll die on you. You won't even notice it. Welcome back to MBPFishing, folks. I gotta keep my tablet in the shade right now, folks. So I come in and I check that channel. So I have to step behind you guys. You're in the sun right now. Hope you got your sunblock. Hope you got your sunblock, my friend. Looks nice out here. It does. What? Very good. Nice fish activity right now. That's one rod out. Get our big rod out, our big Mad Cat series rod. And oops, I totally forgot to put a friggin' hook on this one. Crap, that's gonna have to be pretty bite already. I hit it fast. Got to put a hook on this one, too. The tide just went up the last time because I got a snag right before I was ready to quit. So now I'm gonna do that. Come on, folks. That's gonna take me a minute to get this sleep. Have to get a hook out of my bag. Yeah, we got one rod out at least, so you guys get to see something's gonna hit it. Gonna be a leader on this. Yeah, I gotta take it a little calm, folks. I just got out of the hospital like 2 days ago, so I was in yesterday for pain again. I'll explain all that stuff when I get into chat, my friends. We're just getting started. Getting the first rods out. I do have another rod rigged up, but I want a lighter one here in the shallows. That looks good. I just need a hook on that. The question is, where the heck are my friggin' hooks? Could be in here. And yep, they are. Yes, Michael. You can't use any bigger hooks down here right now, folks, because unfortunately, you got a lot of smaller fish that are catching your bait off. If you don't use a smaller hook to be able to hook them little stinkers, you wind up losing your bait every 30 friggin' seconds. This is still a number 10 bait holder with the brown hook, so she doesn't bend out easily. The shade is moving down, folks. We're right on the edge. You guys enjoy the show today. My first day out, back out fishing since we had those kidney stones. Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I just need to hook on that one. We already had a bite on that one. I saw it catch pretty good. Already kind of baited up the stock, one grain of soybean. That natural stuff seems to work a little bit better this time of the year rather than the store-bought stuff. Maybe that gun oil I time to put on way in. That's kind of where I want to be. Yeah. All right, we are set. So yeah, I'm gonna have to bring our bait bucket back in the shade well. So unfortunately, that's right on that one already. I see you pecking on it. Yes, I see you. Oh, stinker. Wonder what that was. Yeah, this is my first day back after being in the hospital, folks. So give me a little bit of a leeway from open the fish down here. It's taking me a little bit to get back into the groove. Some nice fish right there. So definitely some bigger fish in this shallow. Alright, so let me get my tablet over here. Ah. Yeah, this is the closest I can get to the shade. Some guys don't mind too much. I'm sitting here in the shade until that thing gets down to those rods. I don't want to push her too much. I'm going to be sweating badly today as it is. My kidneys are still a little weak from that surgery. I'm hydrating pretty good. I've got a beverage up here, ice cold beverage that is non-caffeinated, so the best I can do in this heat. By the way, folks, if I haven't mentioned it, we have been we finally got a payment on YouTube the other day. Mr. Reed, we finally got paid. I'm turning her on. We're booting up the tablet as we speak. Why is it doing this? Here we are. That's a hot one. It's about 85, 90 degrees out here right now. Folks, I'm going up. I gotta go in the channel here. Dave, how you doing today, Dave? Dave says hi. How you doing today, my friend? Seeing John C. How you doing today, my friend? John C says hello, Mike. How you doing today, John C? Yeah, we're just waiting for the other fighter. But that's good, Rod. I don't know, big catches, Rod. Popping up out there. Oh, yeah, I did mention, folks, that yeah, we finally got paid. I got my code from AdSense, so everything is hooked up. Our first payment from Hyperwallet made it through. I'm glad to be back out here. What can I say besides the name of this title is freedom? Yes, sirree. Freedom out of the hospital. Now, nothing wrong with the hospital folks. They're a little overcrowded and overpacked, understaffed. So it's not really the hospital's fault. There's just a lot too many patients for the amount of doctors and nurses they have. Not their fault. They do as good a job as they can. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be the exercise, folks, to get me back in shape. Running back and forth between sun and shady spots until that shade gets down there. And Princess, how you doing today, Princess? Princess says, hope everyone is having a great and wonderful day. Thank you so much, Princess. I really, really do appreciate that. This is a low day. And Billy, how you doing today, Billy? Let me make sure to get you a sub, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Billy says hi. And Jason the Mason. How you doing today, Jason? Jason says, so glad to see you doing what you love, brother. On a little break from work. Awesome, my friend, and I'm so glad you came in and dropped by. Yeah, if we get that cloud cover, man, it's going to be far more pleasant down here. Yeah, that's what we need, folks. Let's see, Dave says John. See, Lay says, ask me anything, I know everything. I like what's the capital of France. I'm just a fisherman. There's a bite on the close rod again. Popping. Stop, folks. It's on. Pull off. Man. That was a big grassy. I didn't get a hook into him. Dang it. Yeah, that was a big grassy. I didn't get a hook into him. Yeah, I'd go to 1/16 ounce weight to get these guys to hit this stuff. Now, our drag was set way too tight on that one. Now that's that was kind of a equipment failure, folks. We haven't been out for a while, so our drag kind of froze up on us. That's a big old 8 or 10 pound grass carp, folks. We had them on though. Make sure I didn't bend that hook out. Not if I didn't. These bait hooks, they will bend, but it takes a lot of force to do it. Yeah, that fish could be about 4 or 5 feet from the bank down here. Yeah, they're in your big common carp, grass carp, channel catfish. They're here running in the shallow. The water temperature's still in like the low 70s, so. That was a big one, folks. If I'd have had that drag step, I'd have pulled out. Probably would have kept that fish on, but well. Hey, it's good to get something to pull the rods, folks. I've been in the hospital for about 2 weeks now. Oh. Man, that was a big one, folks. That was a monster. That was an 8 or 10 pounder. Justin, how you doing today, Justin? Says, how's it going? It's going, my friend. First day out of the hospital for quite a while, and back here down on the river. See, Arnold, how you doing today, Arnold? Says hello, everyone. How's your day, Mike Roland? Good to see you. Good to see you too, Arnold. We're just getting started. Already had one big grassy on pulled off on us. That's definitely showing us some big fish down here. If you're new to the channel, we're down here on the mighty muddy Mississippi River down by the Arch of St. Louis. Eric, how you doing today, Eric? Eric sent the cool good luck coin gems. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Justin says hi. Arnold says fishing hay. The fishing Felon. How you doing today, Felon? Arnold says hello, everyone. How you doing today, Felon? Sorry about not setting out with you guys in the sun, but 90 degrees plus in that sun, that's a killer, folks. Especially with my kidneys being a little bit weaker. I'm just waiting for the sun, the shade to work its way down there. Let's see, we have Arnold with the number 1 pound, Dave with the number 2, and John C. number 3. Just doing the show today, my friends. 47 incredible people in. See, and 15 thumbs up. And 17 thumbs up. It's just awesome, my friends. It's a lot of hot, folks. It's pretty freaking hot, actually. Wiping sweat off my brow at every couple of minutes. And I'm sitting in the shade. You can imagine how it is in the sun. Water's actually getting down, folks. We're at about maybe 8 or 10 feet. Pretty soon, this whole cove will be cut off. Get our big old sandy bars out. Be like our private little beach down here. I do love this place, folks. When it gets hot out, especially in the city, it can be like seriously hot. But down here, it's a good 10, 15 degrees cooler. And it's still freaking hot down here. It is still hot. I forgot my bait down here, didn't I? That's gonna work. I didn't get much of a hook set in that fish. Hopefully she'll come back. Most of the bait is gone. Yeah, if you don't get a bite in 10 or 15 minutes, but you might as well reel her in down here, because chances are your bait is gone. You might have to put a little tiny piece on there, keeping them little suckers from suckers pecking on it. That's a bite, I saw that. Another one on it again. That last bass he didn't mess with it. He doubled it. Yeah, I got a half-ounce Carolina rig on this one. I got a 1/16 ounce Carolina rig on that shallow one. Seems to work pretty good. Still on a little bit deeper on this one. Got one in shallow. Let's put out one a little bit deeper. Just like all our fish usually come in shallow. Something's nibbling on that. Let's see what he did to it. You can't blame me for missing the first fish of the first fish I hooked in 2 weeks. Especially when it's an 8 or 10 pounder. I mean, come on, fish, give me a chance here. Let me hook a smaller one or two before I hook into a monster. Not that I want to catch small fish all day. It'd be nice to warm up to something a little less epic. You know, I can't blame him either. These suckers are probably pretty hungry. Kind of used to me feeding them. That was me bumping that rod. Basically it. Big old grasses and stuff. They could be in here super shallow. That's one was in. They're a long fish rather than a big old flat wide fish. Those thinner and longer fish, they can come really shallow. Oh yeah, I'll take mine. Took them out, wipe the sweat off my brows. Hey, if we get some cloud cover, I'll come out there and chat with you guys out in the sun. I don't mind as long as we got a little bit of cloud cover. Donnie says, doing good here in Ohio. Awesome to hear, my friend. As far as pain is concerned, the side is extremely sensitive after the remove those kidney stones. And they really tore up and down there, the urethra area. And they pulled out that stent, but what are you gonna do? It had to be done. Unfortunately, when you got those kidney stones developing, they can shut your kidneys down. The 71 incredible people in 18 thumbs up, awesome folks. Now I wish I'd have got that to hook that big old grassy for you guys. Yeah, this is the problem. We got partly cloudy, so as long as we got some cloud cover, I can set out here. But I haven't been out here in the sun in a while. We're looking good for chat, folks. And it was tough, folks, in that hospital. Now, I'll say this, though. As far as Barnes Jewish Hospital is concerned, their staff is great. Their doctors are pretty good, but they're just understaffed and they basically need more nurses and more doctors in there, more room. Now they did an incredible job as far as what they were capable of doing, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things. They removed one stone over here and put a stent in. That was one of the self-removable ones, but unfortunately, my kidney functions weren't great after the surgery, so they had to keep me in there for observations. And by the time the kidney had stabilized, yeah, it was time to remove that stent. And instead of me doing it, they did it themselves. And yeah, did it just a little fast. And it should have taken a little bit more time doing it. Should have slowed her down there a little bit. Tore it up pretty good down there. I was in agony for the better part of 8 hours. That's a pretty good fight on tonight. Folks, what do we got? That's not our big grassy, but still, a fish is a fish. All right, folks. Hey, our first catfish. A baby. Thank you, buddy. Hey, I'm so glad to see you guys. It's a little flatty. Oh boy. I asked for the little ones to warm me up, folks. And this little guy, he responded. That is a cool little baby flathead catfish. Yeah, these guys get over 100 pounds. And even this little guy, you can hold by the mouth. Beautiful little flathead catfish, folks. I'm glad to be out here again, folks, even in the heat. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Cool little guy. You get a little guy in here close. Meow, meow, it's a kitten. It's a flatty kitten. Meow, 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 meow. All right, buddy, I'll get you back in the water. All right, buddy. Well, you want to go back in himself? All right. Thank you. Hey, if there's a smaller one in them guys in here, it's got to be a bigger one. Yeah, if there's a small one in them little guys, there's got to be a bigger one in here. That was a cool first fish. First fish I've hooked in about 2 weeks. First fish I've landed. I've hooked another one a little while ago. Alright, we're back, folks. Hey, we caught a fish. No skunk on the feed. Awesome, my friends. Hey, you gotta love it. I do love this spot, folks. Seeing Spawn. How you doing today, Spawn? Spawn says hi, everyone. Hello from Hungary. And good grip. Good grip to you too, my friend. Let's see, Ella. How you doing today, Ella? Ella May says hi. How you doing today, Ella May? Let's see, Jason's with the meow meow. Yep. That's a bite of the bar rod there. Something popping pretty good. Popped that one pretty good. That bar rod got popped. Let's see, Arnold says, how is everyone? And Munchie, how you doing today, Munchie? Munchie says, they caught the girl that was setting all those wire fires. That's good to hear, my friend. They don't need any more fires during this dry season. That is definitely good to hear. Let me make sure to give a reaction here on my backup account. Yeah, I think it helps, folks, when you come in on an extra account, as long as you've got a different IP address. Yeah, that's my backup account, folks. Like to pop her in every once in a while. 46 incredible people on it. Seeing 18 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys enjoy the show today. Yeah, I got to get back into the shade again. Yeah, I can only take it out there when the sun is blazing for a few minutes. Now, the shade will make it down there, folks. No worries. It's working its way down there. I know this spot extremely well. The sun sets behind us, so he sets. This is going to get much more shaded down here. Here's my ice cold 7-Up. I'd rather be drinking Mountain Dew right now, folks, but unfortunately, yeah, I don't need the caffeine. Let's see. Dawn says, I wish we would, in Canada, help. Yeah, those wildfires, they're They're a little extreme, folks. I've seen those on the news. Yeah, it's a hot one, folks. It's over 90 down here, and in that sun, especially with my kidney functions, you know, not doing great. They're pretty weak. After they lasered them stones out of me. Kind of got to watch that sun. As long as I'm not profusely sweating, I think I'll be fine. Gotta keep our bait in the shade too, folks, unfortunately. That way, I've got, by the way, if you guys want to send me stickers, I put stickers all over my my equipment. And majority of the time, that equipment's shown on live stream. I've got one of Justin's stickers on my bait bucket and fishing with Modog. I've got room for 3 more stickers on my bait bucket. And we have been paid by YouTube. Yes, sir. Our code finally came in, folks. So we're getting paid fully. It says 90 different fires burning right now because of growth. Yeah, I heard that, man. That is crazy, Munchie. It's blocking up the sun in New York and crap. Looks like date is still on there. Not a lot of it is gone, but I do like to refresh these baits every time I reel them in. Night crawlers, they work extremely well, except they burn up their scent in about 15-20 minutes. You got to keep refreshing your bait. Just a little bit more work having to keep moving our bait bucket in and out of the shade. I got to remember to do that. We don't want our worms roasting out here. I don't have a whole lot. I don't need any of them dying. I killed 70 of these guys before I went to the hospital, and I'm surprised they're all still alive. They are. I don't know how many of them escaped them, but they're still alive. I go in close to that. All our bites on the ankle. This one I didn't refresh when I caught that last flat end. So a little bit more on there. It's big. I've already got the majority of one on there. I need a smaller one to refresh it. That's why I dig a lot of small and medium sized night crawlers. I kind of try to leave the really big ones. Let those go. Those are our breeders. As long as you let those bigger ones go, you've always got a population of worms in the summertime. Take all your big ones, you can run out halfway through the summer. Good cat. I know she makes a ruckus, folks, when she casts, but yeah. Take this river. That's one of the reasons why I've always kept that old bait caster. I bought that bait caster back in the 1980s. She's worked pretty good over the years. All right, let's see. 30 incredible people in. Seeing 21 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. That's the game plan here, folks. To keep those baits refreshed out there. Keep them in the same spot and get a bait line going. I haven't been down here for a while, so I've got to call a lot of these fish in. Yep, the name of our live feed today is Freedom. We're finally out of the hospital, folks. We finally made it back down here. Man, I'm sensitive, but you never know what you're going to get down here, folks. Like I was saying, our first payment through Hyperwall came in while I was in the hospital. It was kind of a good thing. The first thing I went down to get is a couple of good fountain sodas from the cafeteria. I usually can't afford to get anything at the hospital. Man, that was actually really, really enjoyable. That's one of the best things I enjoyed about going in the hospital was actually getting out of my room and getting to the cafeteria and getting outside. That's a big one, just ooh, that's a big. That probably was the one I missed. Yeah, I didn't spook him, folks. He's still sitting there. Yep, right here is really sensitive from where they removed that stent. I mean, it feels like someone just punched me in the gut for the last week. And down there is like, yeah, I'm taking this, what I call it, oxybutin. It's a non-narcotic medication that's supposed to numb your bladder. Unfortunately, it's got something in it that's really upsetting my stomach. Like, the first dose, I keep it down, but the second dose, within like 6 hours, yeah, I throw it up. I mean, I can't keep that medication down. What he did to it. It looked like he messed with it too much. He probably got that same big grassy over there, just he doesn't want to hit the smaller night crawler. I have to probably put a piece of a bigger one on. Let me get a bigger night crawler here. Put that in hand. And I don't think we've got the amount of night crawlers necessary to fish a 3 or 4 hour feed down here. Not without kind of supplementing the smaller ones and cutting those worms in pieces. Still should work. That's just a bigger night crawler on there with the other one. Good. That's 20-pound test. You should be able to land a 40, 50-pound fish on that crawler. No problem. I can land a bigger because I take my time on it. I haven't done this in a while, so if I hook something over 50, 60 pounds, I might be in trouble. Rods are back out. Man, that shade is looking better and better. It's getting bigger. Every time I come back here and set, I'm getting more closer to the rods, more closer to the viewpoint. See, Josh, how you doing today, Josh? Josh says, Bill, yo, you're back. Yes, sir, I finally got out of the hospital. Actually got out of the hospital yesterday. But the pain was so bad I had to go back in and they had to give me a shot to kind of deal with that pain. Still pretty sore, yeah, I'm still pretty sore, pretty sensitive. Kidneys aren't up to 100% after that, those kidney stones were removed. They say you're supposed to wait up to a week, but I gotta scream. Scream or you die on you. Seeing Robert. How you doing today, Robert? Robert says, what's up, brother? Good to see you on the river. On the water. That's great to be back, my friends. I'm fine as long as I stay out of that sun. Now, if you hear me, guys, going off the feed, it's because my bladder's pretty sensitive right now. I can't hold my fluids for very long. That's just a side effect of the surgery that goes away after a while. See, Bambi, how you doing today, Bambi? Bambi's 23rd in. She says she's made it. Awesome, Bambi. So glad you could join us today. 65 incredible people in and 24 thumbs up. Awesome, my friends. As you guys can see, we're down here on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River. Already had one big grass carp pulled off on us. The first friggin' cast, of course. I haven't been out in a while, so I missed that sucker. And Melvin, how you doing today, Melvin? Melvin says, hey y'all, hi MVP. How you doing today, Melvin? Great you could come by and visit today. How many so far? We've just landed one flathead catfish. Now we have one big grass carp on. We've been in just about 15 minutes. No, 25 minutes. Okay. 25 minutes. See, Bambi says, all right, let's go. Up at the fight on. Take her out again. Let's make her hit it. Yeah, not these aren't small fish, folks. That big grassy, he pecked on a couple times before I got down to the rod. And I saw him pull once and I set the hook. These guys aren't small fish. Yeah, I'm pretty sensitive right over here and right down there. It's a problem with having no kidney sense in. One of the problems with doing like outdoor YouTube live streaming is keeping hydrated. And over the years, even the best of us, if we stay hydrated, we're still going to have a few stones develop. It's one of the problems with doing YouTube streaming is that no matter what you do, you're going to have a few of them develop. Pretty good bite. I wonder why he let go. And I missed the smell down here. I've missed the, well, you can pour off most of that worm. You left the big piece and pour off the little pieces. We're having to keep our bait buckets back here in the shade because they'll die out there in the sun. They'll be dead in 15 minutes down there. But up here we can keep it fresh. And the shade's working its way down, folks. Not to worry. Give it about another half hour and still be shaded down here. Yeah. Yeah, you can see that bigger weight is sitting over there right where that other rod is. Pretty much in the same spot. And I'll bring that bigger weight in and that bait will be gone, but I haven't seen a bite. They just don't like the big weights down here, folks. They don't. All right, 70 incredible people in it. Seeing 24 thumbs up. That's just awesome, my friends. And what can I say about the title today but freedom? Mr. We finally made it back out fishing. And man, I am so glad to be back out. And we, by the way, if you guys just coming in, I'd like to mention that we did finally get a payment from YouTube. Got Hyper Wallet all rigged up. We got that code. We got that code in finally. See how big was the cat? About a half pound. It was a little kitten. I'll tell you the truth that those smaller cats are in here. Guarantee those bigger ones are in here as well. It's Survival. How you doing today, Survival? Survival says MBP. Hey, brother. Survival says hi. Bambi says I missed it. I'm sorry right before you. It's okay, my friend. That's why we record these guys. You can come back and check it out after the feed is over. See, Patrick says, glad you're healed up. Still got a little bit of healing to do, but I'm working on it, Patrick. And Survival with the cool, good luck, gems. Thank you so much, my friend. Times 2. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see Patrick has become a kitten. That's just awesome, my friend. Now you get access to members only videos. That is just awesome, my friend. Thank you for joining the pride. You get a meow for that. Meow. See 16 incredible people in and 26 thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoy the show. And that's what we need. We need some cloud cover. Every time I get a chance, I'm going to step by these rods. Phoenix Green. See, Patrick has been a kid for 2 months. That's just awesome, my friend. That means you've renewed. Thank you so much. Yeah, that means Patrick's renewed. Let's get these guys. How long is that cloud going to last? About 8 or 10 minutes. Get that. I would say, yep, hit that like button, please. There's a big grassy. That was about 7 or 8 pounds. Just hit right there. The Bible says take 25 to 75. Awesome, my friend. That's the siren emoji. UNC alert. Thank you so much for those gems, Honeycut. And I appreciate you dropping by. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you for that, my friend. Yeah, this is actually one of the positions that hurts the least. Crouch down like this. It puts all the strain on the back of my hip rather than in front. Bambi says, nice, Honeycut. Mr. Reed, my friend. Again, thank you. We are looking good for chat, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying the show today. And again, happy Saturday. Yeah, it is a steamy one out here, folks. It is. I'm dripping sweat. Let me check this one. That one didn't get a bite that time. We might have a big one setting out here. Kind of spooky, these guys. And looks like the bait is relatively untouched, but looks like a piece might have fallen off. Let me get another quick piece on here. Another quick piece on this one. If you start feeling it after a while, folks. You want to work out, folks, just come down to this river and fish for a while. It'll put you to your test. I can cast out further, but I don't think it's really necessary. Just went right where that current back current meets. And again, most of that bait is gone. I haven't seen a bite on a sucker. It becomes frustrating when you're using a bigger weight down here. You can't even see the bite happen. And there comes the sun back out. I told you that would only last a few minutes. Partly to mostly sunny, so every once in a while we'll get a cloud popping up until we get this spot shaded. We already caught one flathead catfish and those jump on the beach. Usually when those smaller flatties are in here too, you get the channel and the bigger flathead in as well. Now hooking them is another matter. Because you got to get around the smaller fish first. And that's why I kind of put the smaller hooks on to make sure I can hook those smaller ones. It's still a number 10. I mean, it's a brown bait holder, so it'll hold up. And Izzy, how you doing today, Izzy? Izzy says hi. Arnold says hi. And he says, Arnold, blessed day. Awesome, my friends. I hope you guys are having an incredible weekend. I see Honeycut is taking in the number 1 crown. I see Fishing Felon is in number 2, and Arnold's number 3. Here, fishies. Come on, you dang fish, don't make me bring out the dynamite. Arnold says, Ambient, hey, thanks. He says, MVP, you have 65 people watching. Yes, sir, I'm amazed, my friend. Hope everyone's enjoying the show today. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, my friends. 7-Up. Yeah, no chance of drinking like anything with caffeine in it down here, because this is too hot. Ooh. Yeah, don't spill your soda, Michael. That would not be good. Get my hat off. I got to sweat off my brow again. Starting to build up. Once it gets to the point where I can't see, it's time to get that stuff off. Yeah, it is a hot one, folks. It is. It's up in the 90s. Heat index is probably well over 100 down here. See, Bambi says, and Izzy missed you. Izzy says Bambi. And Bambi says thank you. Oh, that is, that's Gary. Gary says thank you. Sorry, my friend. I get it wrong every once in a while. I haven't done this in a while, so you guys got to give me a little bit of a break. Yep, that's the Mad Cat Rod. We had one big grassy hooked on her already. Now, unfortunately, I hadn't checked the drag, and that fish, she tried to pull drag, and it popped out on me. We got her up to the surface. I saw her. She's about 7 or 8 pounds. A nice fish. Bambi says, Gary, hi. I'm glad to see you. That's a bite on the. I saw that on the pulse rod. On the Mad Cat, that got a pop. Yeah, Mahad. How you doing today, Mahad? Mahad says hi. Mahad says hi again. Mahad says hi a 3rd time. How about the fishy emoji? Thank you so much, my friend. Bambi says hi, Mahad. He says, I got my Mad Cat Rod bent yesterday. Quite a few times. On the nasty Chattahoochee. Chattahoochee. Yeah, you know. Chattahoochee, that's it. Chattahoochee River. That's it. That's nice to hear, my friend. You meant to get that one right. Dandy with the fish emoji. Mod says, I am working busy. I'm sorry. Oh, no worries, my friend. So glad you could come in and drop by and have a chat with us today. Mahad says, you're good, sir, and very nice and love you. I do appreciate that, Mahad. I do sure hope you enjoy the show today. Family says, nice. Arnold says, Ahmad, hello. Come on, fishies. I'm getting a bite on that cat rod. He's messing with it. He says, why down yonder in the Chattahoochee? Way down yonder in the Chattahoochee. Oh, boy. See, how many fish have you caught? Just one flathead so far. We did have a big grass carp up to the surface, though. Popped off on us. Yeah, that was the first fish I had hooked in like 2 weeks, so. Yeah, we've been in the hospital for quite a while, so. It says, Andy says, it is Mark. He says, it gets hotter than the hoochie. Yeah, I'll agree on that one. It's friggin' hot, folks. Seeing George. How you doing today, George? George says, hey, how are you all doing? It's George, just tuned in. Awesome to see you here, my friend. It says okay. It got hotter than the hoochie twitchy Yahoo. Like Izzy. Oh boy. Wait. 64, 66 incredible people and 34 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Let me check these rods again. Yeah, it's holding pretty good. No worries about our location. Sometimes they'll drift off the spot. I don't like it right there, but close. It doesn't matter all that much. Well, I'm not sure what to do with this one. Every time I bring it in, it's got the majority of that bait off. Like, come on. Keep checking on it. Come on. Keep thinking about it. The bait is fine. It's got anything off on it. I'm going to keep bouncing this around till I find a spot where I can find something that's going to hit without tearing my worms to pieces. Every time I bring this one in, most of the bait is gone, yet I haven't seen much of a bite. I'm pretty good with tech bites. I can usually see those guys and get to them before they let go, but that sucker is just a little bit of a nuisance on this one today. Cast it up front a little bit more. I'm just ripping sweat out here in the sun. That rip current started dripping all of a sudden. All of a sudden, she started ripping down here. So she's ripping fast. But, you could be casting right now, and it'll 4 ounces of weight. Come off you, you get a foot from the bank. That's how fast you all of a sudden just started really, really ripping right now. I think the barge is going to come by or something right up there. Let's settle down for a minute. One of the tricks of fishing down here is kind of reading the current. Even though I cast that out super deep, it wound up like here. I cast that over there, and even with an ounce of weight, it wound up over here. I'll tell you what, let me throw a little bit more bait in the water. I still have some corn and grain. This time of the year, it seems like the natural stuff works better than, say, canned corn and stuff. I grabbed this off the path where where the trucks load this stuff up off of there and load it up in the barges and the trains and everything. See that? This is pretty good chunk, folks. That's just corn and probably sorghum. Heart candy. I want to keep this stuff in close. I don't want to feed these fish out deeper. I want these fish to come in close. Doesn't take much of that stuff. That's actual. That's not cooked. So that's like eating uncooked corn. Yeah, just take a while to digest. That's what they want. I just ripped it again, all the way to 3 ounces. I think we're okay, Joe. This corn stabilized again. Every once in a while, I'll start ripping like that for no reason. Like now she's holding like out there instead of down that way. We got some big bubbles over here. Big bubbles over here. We definitely got some nice fish in here. Gotta get these guys to hit. Oh man. Yeah, that sun is gets you sweating. Growl off again. Going on in chat. Not Luke. Bambi says, yeah, hi, awesome, let's go. Bambi says, wow, neat. See you 10. How you doing today, 10? 10 says hi. And Wild. How you doing today, Wild? Wild says, let's go. Bambi says, hi, Ting. And thank you for coming in. And blessed day. And Izzy with the retracted message. Bambi says, you too, Wild, let's go. Bambi says, I forgot to like. And double tap, Pap. No worries, my friend. I don't know. Trap rod again. Up. Come on, buddy. Oh, you little stinker. He's popping it pretty good. That's the first one that kept on hitting that time. There's another fresh form on there. Another fresh wormy. That was a good bite, folks. That one looked like a catfish. The way she was pulling that big mad cat tip on this rod looked like a pretty good one. I saw that pop that time. That got to hit that time. I saw that. What's hitting over there? He just tried to pull out of my hand there, man. I picked it up and tried to pull out of my hand. I literally picked that up and see it full. Okay, guys, I know you're here. bait off on me. Big of a nice draw. I've got most of the worm left on there, so I don't need a whole worm on there. Just give me another one to refresh. I was being closer, folks. I was pretty close in. It's a pretty good pop, too. Well, watch that sweat dripping down into my eyes. That's what makes it really difficult down here. Come on, Dave. All those stress. Let me get my battery extender on and put that on for you guys. Assuming I know where all my crap is. Only takes a second to put the battery extender on. I would rather not put it out here in the heat, but battery's gonna go dead if I don't add some extra juice to her. Just take a second. Oh, this will only tickle for a second, folks. Close your eyes. All right, here it goes. This one's not showing any juice. All right, we're back. Check that cat out, see what's going on. All right, about time to put the battery extender in. Bambi says it does kind of. Well, it says right. Well, it says, here comes the eagle. Bambi's laughing her butt off. Wild's also laughing his butt off. Bambi says, woo, it really does. And here comes the train, folks. It's our first train of the day. It says, like coming for kill when casting to. That's a low train, folks, so that's just one engine going by. Oh, two engines. The engine's going in. It says, yeah. Bob as well, and Mike says, I read chat. I am reading chat. I am Wild. Wild says, 90 sounds, should make a short of that and put it in put an eagle in the background. Interesting idea. Wild says, okay. 36 incredible people in and 38 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. And you got Bambi laughing her butt off again. You know, you Bambi, once she starts, she's never going to stop. Thank you so much, Wild. Oh, folks, I miss this. I miss being out here and enjoying the outdoors with you guys. Wild is right. Nope, there's a pediment. Oh. Good. How did I miss that bit? Man. Sucker with doubling it. Shoot. Helmet. I didn't have time to say which rod it was because I wanted to get to it before it let go. But that's the first time I've seen that rod pull. Just fighting a Mad Cat rod. I see him. I see him, folks. Pops pretty good. No, actually, I think that was a stick. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that was a stick floating by. Oh well. I looked down there and I was starting to feel, and I saw a stick floating by. Stuck on my line. That's okay. At least I didn't set the hook and lose the bait. Because it felt weird. It felt like a flathead bite, but it wasn't pointing very hard. This one felt like a flathead bite. It was just taking down and doubling over the flow. I picked that rod up and then went. Those big channel cat like to do that as well. Yeah, the shade's getting closer. It's within about a foot of the butt of the first rod down there. Let's see Bambi with a shout out. Bambi's with laughing your butt off. See Mom says ARM. Bambi's also laughing again. I told you, do not get that woman laughing. She'll never stop. 49 incredible in and seeing 38 thumbs up. Don't forget to double tap that screen for you friends. Subbing is free. Just double tap. That's it. All you gotta do. And we're on our way to 8K, folks. 7 point. We should. Man, cat loud again. Jeez, look at that, folks. I just put something in here right by the bank. Look at that. You see that? I wonder what the heck that was. That's how close they're coming into the bank. That was a 7 or 8 pound fish that's right in there. Got him, folks. It's on. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's pretty good, whatever it is. I've got the hook into that one. Yep, got him that time. What do we got, folks? Common carp. That's a nice common carp. Run over my other line. Ah! Ah! Dang it. Crap. Get off my other line. Alright. Other rod's out of the way. That's a nice common carp, folks. Well, that's a beautiful common. I just had kidney surgery, so this is a little tricky. Nah, I'm good. I get one over 20 pounds, I'll let you know. Anything under about 8 or 10 pounds, I usually get myself. Should be able to. Keep fingers crossed, knock on wood. Oh yeah, these commons are brutes, man. They're beautiful. Big guy. He's got a few bumps and bruises on the side. Man, that is a really gorgeous fish, folks. On his left side, he is untouched. Big guy. We got him, folks. Looks like he might have had some lamprey heels on him. Looks like he might have had some of those lampreys on him. Now we got to get him showing off for you guys. I haven't actually unhooked a fish in consequence for a while. Looks out, folks. Yeah, that's just a little number 10 brown bait holder. Looks pretty good. Let's give him a view on his good side. That sand off his tail. That's one of the most beautiful parts of these guys. Their tail. All right, folks. And there we go. Solid 7 or 8 pounds. Now I'll go about 8 on her. She's not a river monster yet, folks, but she's getting there. Now, I ain't supposed to lift anything over 20 pounds, so this is under my weight class, barely. Beautiful common carp, folks. Beautiful fish. Thank you, my friend. I do appreciate you hitting, buddy. Gorgeous fish, folks. He's, like I said, he's been through some battles, but still a really, really beautiful fish. And this is a river carp. Gorgeous fish, folks. Gotta love it. Look at that bright red tail, bright orange. Beautiful fish. Yeah, it should go about 8. I'll give her exactly 8 on this one. Not a monster, but still getting up there. Let's get her in here closer for you guys. Oh, they love doing that, don't they? They love doing that, folks. All right. Slimy old carpy carp. One more look for you guys. Let's get him back in the water. Now go hit somebody else's line. Have a great rest of your life, man. Thank you. Now's the fight. Now go hit his line. All right, let me make sure I got our camera because she knocked our camera off. They love doing that down here recently, haven't they, folks? Every dang time I hook a big fish, guarantee they're going to try to knock the sucker off its axes. That looks pretty good. Whew. That's fun. Do it again. Yeah, he was just pecking on it real lightly, so I said, what the heck? That's about the 8th time I set the hook on that fish. I finally hooked him. Get these rods back out and I'll get back into that scat, my friend. That was just one medium-sized night crawler. It wasn't even a big old gob. I'll put 2 smaller ones on. And man, actually getting wet, folks, after that fish got me wet. Feels dang good. That's why I said let's do it again, because I want to get wet again. Yeah, I'll put on one of my medium-sized night crawlers again on this one. Alright, pretty good. Now that explains what was in here right by the bank. Those commons will come in. They'll literally, none of their backs out of the water. They don't care. Garden night crawlers. Yeah, just your dug one. I'm in here right by the bank. That was like a 1/16 ounce weight in here right by the bank. I mean, if you got a little split shot or something, see that big one? They're in here right close. People are casting way the heck out there. They're in here right close by the bank. And thank the Lord for some shade. Wow, that feels good, folks. Let me get my tablet. Come back in here and chat with you guys. Let's see, I missed my spot in the chat here. All right, here we are. That is cool, everyone. He says, let's go, woo! Get fish on! Let's see, Wild says, and their Eagles finally got one. And we finally hooked one there. And he says, yeah, would I guess. Well, we got some crap on our thing here. Let me move back a little bit here. Yeah, that sun's getting me again. That was an awesome second fish, folks. So we caught one flathead and one big old common carp. Go. See, Dan, how you doing today, Dan? Dan sits at the GG Gems, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Ren says, hello, friends. And a beautiful carp. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a beautiful river carp. Definitely. It says, Dan, blessed day. And Renard, hi, and thank you for coming in. And it says, good to see you back at it, my friend. And then, hello, chat. Yep, I just got out of the hospital like 2 days ago. I was back in yesterday for a pain shot. Hopefully I've got that pain under control now. Abby says thank you. And Wild says, R. Abby says hi. I'm not sure what language that is. Let's see, JFC2. How you doing, JFC2? JFC2 says the Keys. We're down here on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down by the Arch in St. Louis. Yep, if you go a quarter of a mile to your right, you'll hit the Arch. 36 people in. Awesome, my friends. And 40 thumbs up. Those are pretty dang good numbers. You guys are having an incredible weekend. I hope you're having an awesome Saturday. I think I earned a drink of liquids on that one. Yeah, you can see the shade creeping right to your right, folks. Right off camera there. That's where the shade is making it. That's where I'm pretty much setting. And that was a nice comment, carp. That was a bite in the cat rod again. Did it pretty good. Dan says, I finally have my sea fishing set. And may have my my first session in 2 years. 2 years tonight. I got you, my friend. Good luck. There's a bite on the right rod there. Popped it. Abby, how you doing today, Abby? Abby says good luck. Thank you so much, my friend. You're enjoying the show today. I'm gonna put my stuff here. Oh. I'll watch because those carp. I've already missed one grass carp, landed one common carp, and a small flathead catfish. So there's definitely some big ones down here in the shallow. I like fishing shallow water over deeper water because I can fish my like to. And it says, hit that like button and go to subscribe. And it says, I'm doing good. Awesome to hear. And he says, it's raining here. Man, I'll trade you this 95-degree temperatures for the rain. Literally. Yeah, I could use like a nice shower on me right now. I'd be like, singing in the rain. We're singing in the... Oh, gosh. I meant to do it, but... He says, how many fish? Just 2 so far. 1 flathead and one nice common carp. We also had a big grassy hook popped off on us. See, Abby says we need warm weather. Hey, I'll like I said, I'll trade you. You can take the hot weather, and I'll take the cold weather. Yeah, my kidneys aren't doing great right now, folks. I had kidney surgery to remove stones, and they're pretty weak still. So it's tough being out here in this heat. I saw it pecking on it. Oh, but no. So I saw it pecking on it. Yeah, this Mad Cat rod has got just enough tip wobble for me to be able to detect the smaller bites. Now, not that they're smaller fish, they're just smaller bites. Because that last one was just going like that, very, very easily. Yeah, he was down there with his, like, what do you call it, that taster thing where he's in there crushing and tasting it. Just had a couple of bites. I'm guessing most of the bait's gone. They look good. being out there for a little bit. You can refresh the night crawler. Oh yeah. In about 2 hours, your whole spot down there will be shaded. That's a great place for an evening run. Like you pecked on it, but you didn't get any of the worm off. Tried to get part of it off. Pecking on that very end. Let's take a cast a little bit further down here. You can get to you close, so give her a little bit more distance to where it's going to grip. That's about 3 feet further out, so I'm going to be working slowly further down, closer towards that tip. And that's our drift fishing technique, folks, where we like to keep that bait on the bottom, but not stable, like not 100% on the bottom, like slowly drifting down the current. Gotta get the sweat off my face again, dripping into my eyeballs. Ooh, that stinks. Nothing worse than salt in your eyes. 43 incredible people in, 43 thumbs up. Hey, Doug, 43 and 43. He says, blessed day. And Heather. How you doing today, Heather? Heather sent the cool emoji. Boy, that's a 1,000 gems. Thank you so much for the park bus. Thank you. Thank you so much, Heather. Abby says 2 fish. Yep, 1 carp and 1 small flathead. Make sure to give that gem a thumb up, my friends. Let's see, Ruth. We've got a new person in chat. Ruth is an aspiring YouTuber, folks. She does exercising videos. If you guys want to, make sure to sub up to her. I've also given you a blue jacket, Ruth. That way you can sub up to everyone else. Just go to their channel, go to the first short feed, sub up, make sure you leave a comment. Obviously, I'm a new sub. They'll get back to you ASAP. We'll get you those 50 subs so you can go live, Ruth. This is glad to see you're back fishing. Thank you, my friend. This is Andy with the thumbs up. Andy with the thumbs up. Let's see, Ruth says, yep, sub to my page. Yes, sirree, my friends. Yep, she's an aspiring YouTube creator, so make sure to sub up to her so you can get her 50 subs and go live. He says all subbed up. That's incredible, my friend. Thank you so much. It may take a stream or two, but we'll get you up to those 50 subs. Ian Carson. Carson says hello. Carson says I sub. Yeah, I met Ruth in the hospital. I was in the emergency room, in the waiting room. Boy, that's a tricky one to find there, Abby. Let me see if I can find that so I can pin that up. Oh boy. Better off doing this on my backup account. Then again, I don't think it'll, you know what, it probably will. So let me switch to my main account here and make sure to, and we've broken 7.9K, folks. We made it to 7.9. Let me get to my, my main account, that way I can do a little bit more with the live stream rather than on the tablet with my backup account. If I can remember how to do this. And there we are. Here we are, folks. I gotta go through a commercial. Oh boy. Get off here, you stupid commercial. Oh, big one just hit the surface out there. And that was a big one, folks. It's not letting me. I've done this before, I just gotta remember how to do it. What I can do is go to channel. I remember how to do it now. You need to go to a short feed, go to the short feed, and then go from the short feed to the live feed. I remember. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, Ruth is new to the channel, so I'm going to let her, I'm going to pin that up right now. I'll get to the fish one and the count in just a minute, Abby. He says, thanks so much. Abby says, I got it. Abby says, hi, Carson. Abby says, no. Bambi says, okay, fixed too. Bambi says, I was trying to go to your channel. Yeah, sometimes that's a bite on the. I don't know. There's Cabra. Oh, you little stinker. He's popping it down there. Thanks. It's like you at the end of the worm. Yeah, Abby, I'm going to give that just a few minutes. That way, you're completely new to the channel, so make sure to mention that a few times during the chat while we're live streaming. Make sure you all my moderators coming in get subbed up to you. We'll get you those 50 subs. On YouTube. I don't know. Come on. Oh, you little thinking what the heck? Got him. Not me pull off. Man. Shoot. He was on there. That was like a pretty big gar. I was a gar about that big. I just had up in the surface. Yeah, I know this real needs work. Well, as long as he's working, keep working. Yeah, the more you talk in chat, the more people will see you, and that way they can sub up. And we are coming back in the chat. 51 incredible people in it. Seeing 46 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. And let me redo that. There you go, Abby. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of the count down here sometimes. Especially in this heat, you can get brain fried. Let's see, Paul asked, excuse me, sir. You're casting in my fishing spot. How you doing today, my friend? Hot. Sweating my patooski off there. How you doing, Paul? Pretty sore, but we're working on it. We're out here fishing, folks. Bambi says nice. Let's see. Bambi says, did you not see it? Let's see. Paul says, how's the chat day going for everyone? I mentioned it on the feed. Just make sure you, yeah, we were trying to get Ruth up to 50 subs so she can go live feed. Yeah, she's an aspiring YouTube He wants to do like exercise videos. See, that reel sounds like, ugh, I know. Let's see, Bambi says, thank you, Paul, and blessed day. All right, awesome, my friends. Let me make sure to get back to my regular account here. And here we go. Bambi says, thank you, Paul. And Bambi does, oh boy. 32 incredible in and seeing 48 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys enjoyed the show today. Let me make sure to repin that message. I'm going to keep repinning those two messages between the two. That way, everyone knows to keep doing that. Yeah, he's rude. Another big one. Yeah, there's some big fish out here, folks. Bambi says, gotta love them. That's another big one. Just hit the surface right in front of us. Let's see, Ben. How you doing today, Ben? Ben says morning. Morning to you, my friend. And Dirty 30 is in the house. How you doing today, Dirty 30? Dirty says, Mike MVP, the fishing legend. Awesome to have you come in, my friend. I hope you enjoyed the show today. We've gotten one nice common carp. There's a bite on the cat rod again. We've got one nice common carp on our cat rod. You're also still getting bites. Bite on that one. They're hitting both rods. A lot of these aren't small fish either, folks. Oh, you little stinker. Man. I picked it up. I can feel him pulling on it. Must have just had the end of the worm in his mouth. That's like bass fishing right there, folks. I picked up the rod and felt him pull. Yeah, we've got to keep our worms out of the sun right now, folks. So we've got to keep running back and forth between shading and sunny spots. So the sun, shade's getting down here finally. There are some big ones out here, folks. That was definitely a good fish because I picked it up and I could actually feel that fish. He had it in his mouth and just holding on to the end of the worm. Thank God for the shade. That one was hitting it pretty good down here. Let's see what he did to it. Not on there. And didn't really damage the worm at all. Going to nip that one worm in half. I know that reel thing. Up the cap. Needed it over there to the right. This a little bit more. I know. It's the best reel I got. The only one I've got that'll fit this big Mag cat rod. Everything else I've got is medium action. I've got no big rods to put on those suckers. Dirty says, bam! And then see, Dirty says, that sure is a nice mad cat you've got there. Yeah, again, thank you so much for donating it, Dirty 30. Thank you so much. You got me such a breed. And he says, I saw him kick an 8-pound carp at once. Awesome. Yep, that's a good rod. You put these big old river brutes and river monsters in their place the majority of the time. These 43 incredible people and it's 49 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Again, folks, I'm sorry for not setting too close to those rods. That sun is a killer right now. I can't take that sun with my way my kidneys. I just got out of the hospital. Heck, I'm probably not even supposed to be doing this. What the heck? It's either sweat down and home or sweat here. I'd rather sweat here because at least I got a good breeze on me. And I can get to catch fish and chat and talk to you guys. Always a plus to be out here live streaming with everyone. Dirty, thank you. Let's see our crown. Let's see who's got the crowns right now. Fighting a full rod. Down, folks. He's on. What do we got? Drag step a little bit loose. Fight pretty good, whatever it is. Oh, popped off. I think that was another gar. Dang it. That just drag step a little bit loose. First it was too tight, now it's too loose. That was another gar. At least we're getting closer to the... I haven't done this in a while, folks. I had that drag set a little bit too loose again. Right on that one, I saw. That was a catfish. That was a channel catfish just smacking the surface over there. Almost Michael. I haven't done this in a while. I need to get back in the dig. Now it feels too tight. A couple pound bars. Those are hard to keep up. They're pretty much just all bone. Once you get the hook right into the right place and keep her tight, they tend to come off on you. He's on there. He's on there, folks. You got him. You got him. Good gar. Oh, dang it. Ah. See, they're hard to keep up. Crap. It counts. It hit the ground. It was on the bank. It counts. I didn't touch it, though. We'll count that as half a gar. Oh, boy. I picked it up. I could just feel them pulling on it. They're just tough to keep hooked. They are. I'll take the knife to keep this on gar any day of the week. They fight. Another bite on that one. He had it. He had it in his mouth. Pull it right out of his mouth. I think he might have gotten back in his mouth. Let me see if he... Yep. that worm off again on me. Yeah, I could use a bigger hook on the gar, but at the same time, it'd be much harder to hook. But at the same time, if you ever did hook one, you'd get the hook in them. If you're trying to catch gar, you're actually better off with a smaller hook. That hook will stick. No way I could have done nothing with that gar. I'm not going to grab that sucker by the mouth. Drifting a little bit too far down to the right. To the left again. The current's ripping, so I need to compensate by gapping a little further up current. There we go. Okay. That ought to hold a little better. I know. The only cat reel I've got that's big enough to take that Mad Cat series rod. All right, let me get the sweat off my brow. I get the tablet back in the chat here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna count that gar. I had him to the bank, had him on the shoreline, popped off on me. Let's see. Heather's got the number 1. And Honeycutt's number 2, and see, Bambi's number 3. Those are the crowns in the chat so far, folks. See, Paul says, I'd count it. So far, we've got, oh, that one. Popping pretty good again. That one too now. I saw. What he's doing to it, just tearing that worm to pieces. Getting bites on both rods right now, folks. Here. Keeping these suckers hooked up is going to be a trick, though. Gar can be tough to keep hooked. Tammy says, let's go. Paul says, MVP. Let's see, Bruce says, add me so I can watch other videos of y'all fishing. I did that before the feed, Ruth. When you were when you commented on my short feeds, I added you blue. So now all you have to do is tap someone's comment. It'll say go to channel. You go right to their channel. It'll show their short feed. Just go to the nearest short feed. Sub up. Leave a comment. Say just sub from MBP's live. Come right back. Do it again. You'll get those 50 subs pretty quick. Bruce says, let's go for a catfish. Caught one flathead catfish already today. I'm getting some channel. There's some channel hitting down here. Down catfish hitting the surface over here. These little stinkers hit hard enough to hook. Train folks, earbuds out, volumes down. big one. That's a big one. This might drag up a little bit on this one. This is a big one. I don't know how I hooked this fish. He was barely pecking on it. What do we got? Whoa, buddy, whoa. That's a big one, folks. Look at that tip off on it. Man, that's big. Look at that fish rock. Ooh, no, that's a fish fight. I think we got another combo. Wait, this fish is fighting. I'm so glad I got my big rod over here doing this. Pull the rod out of the way real quick. Another rod is out. I ain't seen her yet. I'm feeling that top dorsal fin. I think we got a combo. Oh, but whoa. Man, that's big, whatever it is. Man, you wouldn't believe how many fish I'm spooking right now. You guys are just... That's all the force I can put on this line. 20-pound test, anymore, I feel great. Get that oh, yep, big comet. Big old comet. And there's a 10. And there's our first river monster of the day. Get that guy fight. You gotta love doing this, folks. You gotta love it. Yeah, that's where they did the surgery, so I gotta watch that side. This side I got a hernia. So maybe my belly button on it might say. Hey. It's definitely better over here. I'm surprised you didn't come over here and throw the rods over there. I would have been mad. That sun could be a killer in that heat. Well, that is just one nice, beautiful common carp. You know they got real soft mouths, so you can't force these guys in. Come here, big girl. Let me touch you. And just a little peck bite, a little wobble bite. Not bad for someone who was in the hospital like 2 days ago with a kidney stent in him. Yeah, that's a river monster there, folks. That's over 10 each. Come here, big girl. Come here, big girl. Come here. There go the waves over my feet. Yeah, I think we got her, folks. We got her. That hook is out. Man, that hook is like barely in him. That's a 10, folks. I'll go about 10 exactly. Awesome fish, folks. That's our second common carp of the day. Yeah, this is a river carp, folks. This is a brute. This is a strong fish. You see people landing common carp in lakes. These guys are the athletes. 20-pound test, I could barely stop that fish. Oh, yep, he's getting active. Beautiful fish, folks. I love it. I got my foot wet. What the heck is it over now? Right here. Line. Gotta love it. Gorgeous fish, folks. Check out that orange tail. He's got some slime on him, but what the heck. Gotta love it. Beautiful fish, folks. Let's get in here one close up for you guys. Yep. He's not happy. He or she. Get in one close up for you guys. Gotta love it. All right, buddy. Let's get you back in the water so you can go home and make carp babies and get you another day. Keep the water hard out. Give her a minute. There you go. There she goes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Whew. Let's do it again. Get our rods back out here and I'll get back into that chat post. Man, that was fun. Yeah, again with another one that was just sitting there wobbling it. Yeah, these big carp are in here, but they're not doubling those rods like you see on a lot of live streams. These guys are in here, they're just in there mouthing the baits. Kind of got that back in their little taster thing in the back of their throats. They got a little crusher in the back of their throats. They like to chew on stuff. Good. So far we've got two big common carp, a flathead, and a gar. Not bad for my first live stream back after 2 weeks of being in the hospital. Hey, even I'm starting to get impressed. I'm taking this. Man, they must have did a better job on me than I thought. Now, mind you, mine over here hurts like a sucker fish after that one because I pushed against it with that rod. But it could be worse. After that, I should be tired, but not. Oh boy. The Ruth says, add me so I can watch the other videos of y'all fishing. Yep, you got it, Ruth. And you're welcome. By the way, if you guys haven't subbed up to Ruth, she is an aspiring YouTube creator. She wants to start her own exercise channel. Let's get her subbed up and get her 50 subs, folks. Paul says hi. Paul says here we go. Paul says nice fish. Amy says woo. And Richard, how you doing today, Richard? Thank you for coming in, my friend. Richard says get 'em. Steve Dillon says nice. Steve Dillon says I set my personal best soft-shell turtle last time I went fishing. Hey, soft-shell turtles fight. And they're brutes. You get an 8 or 10 pound soft-shell, they can fight like a big old flatty. They fooled me on a number of occasions. And we've got our pixelated imagery, so let me fix this up real quick. I see her. Oh, you went. She might be overheating. That cleared her up. Yeah, I try to keep her clear. That's one of the good things about having the backup device, the tablet on feed with you. That way you can check. Now you can use like a backup cell phone as well. If you're just starting your live feeds, a backup cell phone you keep in your pocket, check every 10-15 minutes, make sure that stream is in clear. It can definitely help out your live streaming. I don't know about you guys, but I like seeing a clear image. Family says, how big was it? Uncle Andy, how you doing today, Uncle Andy? Uncle Andy says, MBPFishing. Hi, Mike. And Hog. How you doing today, my friend? Hog says, what's going on, brother? Hey, Freedom, out of the hospital. I've been in 2 weeks. I just got out yesterday. We're back down here fishing. Got some big common carp. Missed a big grass carp earlier. Got a flathead and a gar. MB says hi, Hog. Seen incredible people still in it. Seeing 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. Yeah, if you didn't hear about it, Hog, I was in the emergency room in the hospital getting kidney stones removed. It happens when you get in your 50s. All this outdoor activity, the days and days and days of dehydration out here, it catches up with you when you get older. I don't know. Black rock. All that. Yeah, this one they just been picking it up and running with it. Well, I've had it a couple times where I just picked it up and fished it on there. I don't feel like it. I picked it up once and I lifted it up and it felt like a bass. Literally when you clean the hook off. You know how when you fish for bass, you pick it up and you, with the soft plastic or something, you have that sucker doing this? And I had her doing that with live bait out here. They're hitting it so lightly, and yet at the same time, there's some big ones. That last common was over 10. The first one was about 8. We also got a flathead and a gar. Not bad for someone who had a kidney stent in him 2 days ago. Not bad at all. All right, back in. I'm not much off the chat right now, folks. We're just, Date is about to get to our spot. Got partly cloudy, partly sunny out here. Debbie says, Hog says, let's go. Glad you're better. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the support. See, Colin says, I didn't weigh it, but now it's in a 5-gallon bucket. Relocated into a stream. That sounds good. They live better in streams and creeks. I don't know. Checking on it pretty good there. Like you dang near cleaned the worm off here. Man, good. Yeah, the shade is right here, folks. We're waiting for it to make it down there before I get by those rods, because it's too hot to set in the sun. It is 95 degrees, heat index well over 100 today. It was 90 before I left the house. Like that bait looks nice. All right, back in the chat. Yeah, if you want to work out, folks, this is it, man. 2-3 hours of doing this. If you can keep up this speed for 2-3 hours, you are in shape. See, Hog says, yeah, I'm sure we'll catch the one day too. Andy with the thumbs up. 17 incredible people in. 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. Seahawk says, did you lose your mic? I accidentally put mine in the washing machine the other day. I sat on it. Yep, it went. I have to get a new one at Walmart, but hey, no wind. Got a decent audio feed right now. I think we're doing okay. One of the benefits of doing a live stream, close to your cell phone is you can just shout a little bit louder. See, man, don't laugh. It's not a joke. And he says, my husband used the ride shore and spot them and wait for them to get done. Lay out with the illegal. Get them in Florida now. Bambi's laughing here, but don't laugh. Me, Bambi, dumb it. I like that mic. It went underneath my butt. 23 incredible people in and see it. 56 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Yeah, it only cost $20, so I'm not too worried about it. Just getting back from Walmart. By the way, we finally got our first payment from YouTube. We finally got the final AdSense, that 6-digit code that comes in the mail. Black right here. Our Yule sticker. I picked it up. I called him Paul. Man. I don't set the hook on those guys unless I feel them pull. Oh, yeah, we got plenty of worms left. I'm surprised. I dug these the day before I went in the hospital. That was 2 weeks ago, and they're still alive. I put them in my basement. They look pretty good. That's like bass fishing, Hug. You get a peck bite or something, and you come over here, and he's not pecking on it anymore. So you pick up that line, and you wait, and you finally feel a. Sometimes you hook them, sometimes you don't. I'm guessing those are drum, common carp, or gar. They're fun. I know that reel sounds like, but it's the only one I got big enough that it can hold like 50, 60 yards of 20-pound test. The rest of them, they got like 10 yards I can hold on it. You gotta have a deep spool to be able to hold that heavy line. I missed some spots in chat here. WW, let's see, Beast, how you doing today, Beast? Beast says, have you caught anything? Yeah, we've caught 2 nice common carp, a flathead, and a gar. Bambi says, can't resist. And howdy. Let's see, Ben says, I'm sorry, I'm not chatting much. I got fired from the summer camp I was working. I'm trying to get back to work. I got you, my friend. Good luck on the job hunt. see Green River. How you doing today, Green River? Green River says, hey, Ben. And Chosen. How you doing today, Chosen? Hey, guys. Chosen says, fishing. Oh, I don't know. Big rod. He's doubling it. Oh, man. Crap. Missed that one.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you got a good spot down there in the shade. Huh? Gonna have a good spot in the shade down there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little shallow there, but it drops off. All right. Back. Back. That one. That's all. You will think of man. Missed that one. Dang. Next time I get that one. We're gonna have to start putting some smaller worms on. We don't want to run out of nightcrawlers too quickly. I don't leave rods when I'm not looking. Oh yeah, we still got about 20 big nightcrawlers left. We're gonna be getting some waves. There was a big cabin cruiser just went by, so hold on to your hats, folks. Rods are back out. We're gonna have some waves here in a minute. Sounds better in my head. He greets and say dead. Hog says, good to see you. And see you later. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Hope you enjoy the show. See, Debbie says, yes, always fishing hard. I need to look up, never heard that one. He says, bye, Hog. Yes, sir. Hope you have a great day, my friend. Let's see, Possum. How you doing today, Possum? Possum says MVP. How you doing today, my friend? And he says, you hardly work better. Hi, Green and Possum. And Edward, how you doing today, Ed? Which says hello, Mike. How are you? Doing good, my friend. We're getting bites every cast down here. That's two pretty good common carp, a flathead, and a gar so far. Still getting bites. That's pretty good. On that one too. God, folks, it's on. It's on. What we got? Got a car, folks. Let's see if we can keep this one 10. Oh, dang it. Can't keep them guys 10. Yeah, they're all bone. You can't keep them. Dang it. Rob back out here. Again, I loosened that drag for that big carmine carp we got. I forgot to tighten her back up. That was a nice 4 or 5 pound gar. That's the third we've had up to the bank today. That one didn't touch the bank, so I can't count it. Yeah, I didn't get that one actually to the bank. I got him float. I can't count that one. Alright, well, let's back out. Let's go check that chat, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. And that was another nice gar I had right up to the bank. I had to get one of those in and completely and show it to you guys, but man, I can't keep them pinned today. And he says, yeah, Ben, so sorry. I missed you. And he says, nice possum. Mean and green. Bobby says, Possum says, half my hellos is not coming in. Possum says, I said to Bambi like 5 times and it's not showing up. I see you. And see, Green says, hey, Possum. Bambi says, woo. Possum says, green. See, Bambi says, it's okay and thank you. Green says, you don't rip them lips off that one like, I don't know. Yeah, those gar are tough to keep in. They really are. They are tough, folks. And if you're new coming in, folks, I haven't mentioned that I got the code into YouTube, and we got our first payment from YouTube just a couple of days ago. Find out black rod. Come on, buddy. Come on, hit it. Missed him. I tighten it, Brad. Keep tightening that, loosening back up. Yeah, that one just had on the end of the worm that time. It's okay, I know what to do for that one. See that right on that back current and back current spot there. I want to tighten the drag. Yeah, the drag. There you go. Step back up. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hope you're having an awesome Saturday, my friends. Check. Ooh, Possum says green. Bambi says it's okay and thank you. Green says congratulations, bud. Thank you. It was a hard. It's been a long journey getting fully monetized on YouTube and getting paid. Bambi says, "Blue, awesome, Pat Mike. Definitely congratulations. Yeah, we'll be getting some new gear in the upcoming future." Green says, like number 60 in the house. Awesome, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining in today. 32 people in and seeing 63 thumbs up. That's just incredible. It says, shoot flathead. We've got, that cat over here. Yeah, we caught, someone wants to pin that up. We caught 2 common carp, a gar, and a flathead so far. That bait off on me again. The only thing to do when they do that is just bring her in and put a. If they tear the worm up, they'll tear about half the worm off. So if you put a smaller worm on there with it, you can refresh that bait without having to use another big worm. And I think I'll put a second one on there just to be safe. It's good. That's a hot one. That's a hot one. Further over to the left. If all of a sudden the current's about to stop on me out here. You know how she's been ripping over here all day. It looks like she's about to stop. All right, back into that chat, folks. Oh. Yeah, if you guys want me to pin that up, I've got 2 common carp, a flathead, and a gar. It says dirty. Find the black rod again. Oh, really, dude, I had that. At least the drag didn't slip that time. The fish just had a hold of the worm again. The bite on the cat rod again. Worm on it, and I'm gonna put it on right back off the hook. I think that'll work too. I think that'll be good. Now she's starting to rip again. She stopped there for a minute. Now she's starting to rip. She's starting to rip again. Every time I try to sit down by the rod, the freaking clouds go away. Now it's gone. Holy cow! Almost an 8K sub. Wow, that's cool. Enlightening. Yep, it took a while. If you don't have your ID, it can be it can be impossible if you don't have your ID to get monetized. 30 cents possible. It's actually true, folks. If you don't have your ID, it can be dang near impossible to get monetized on YouTube. In fact, it is impossible. I think we're getting close to the stage spot. So I think I can start moving down here right by the water. See if I can hook some of these little stinkers. Alright, that's a pretty good worm on there. This is bubbles right in front of me. I know those. Tell you what, this worked before. Why don't we throw a little bit more bait in the water for them? A little bit more. Because this is legal. This is perfectly legal in Missouri. You can bait up some trout, spots for anything but rainbow trout in Missouri water. A little bit of extra corn and soil. Keep them in here feeding. Animal stinkers are quick. If someone wants to put that back end, 2-carbon flathead in a car, I'll pin that up. 20 incredible people in, seeing 65 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Like, now, folks, it's on. What do we got? Got a freshwater drum. Awesome. I haven't got one of these guys today. Well, these are pretty fit, folks. Awesome. That's our first freshwater drum of the day. That's about 3/4 of a pound. Perfect eating size. That fish is in right by the bank. Within a few feet of shore. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Hey, we're still catching fish, folks. We're still catching them. Folks. Gotta love it. Beautiful. Check out those silvers, purples, blues. Awesome fish, folks. Let's get him back in the water. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Wake up, dummy. Wake up. There you go. Come on. Hey. Yeah, you guys know how they like to belly up no matter what you do. Just drop back out here and I'll get back into that chat, folks. I gotta get back into the shade again. Good, folks. This one didn't get a bite. Let me refresh her. See what's going on with her. You know, 9 times out of 10, if you don't get a bite down here, chances are your bait's gone. Looks like, yep, The majority of that bait is gone. And they're good at getting that bait off, folks. They are. We still got some night crawlers in here. They're getting on the smaller side, but they don't seem to matter whether, as long as they're night crawlers. As long as they're night crawlers, they don't seem to care. Usually I can do this 3-4 hours. So I'm starting to get a little winded. Yeah, this heat is starting to get. You guys are enjoying the show today. That's cool. I must can't really see carp glasses. Hey Dave, staying cool. And Flava, how you doing today, Flava? Flava's number 64. Flava says hi. And he says woo. Flava says dirty possum MVP. Flava says it is hot. And dead Bambi, Florida summer. I got you, my friend. It's heat index is well over 100 right now down here. So it says you've been catching at a good pace today. Yep, 2 common carp, a gar, a flathead, and a freshwater drum. And we've had 2 big gar up to the bank, and they just popped off on us. Leva says silver. See, legendary. How you doing, my friend? Is that Colorado? Nope, we're down on the mighty, muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, we're about a quarter of a mile up from the arch. I live to say that. Let's see, where is this? If you go about a quarter of a mile that way, you'll hit the arch in St. Louis. Well, it says be right back in the mighty, muddy Mississippi. Yep. I don't know. I got foot rod again. There goes the canoer down. That's they do kayak trips, canoe trips down here on Mississippi during the weekend. And there they go. They're not out very far, just a few feet. Right off where that drop off is. There's a drop off that goes over here. As you go over to this point, it gets just a little bit further and further out. And then right when you get to that rock point, you just plummets down. And she plummets down like 30 feet on the other side of that rock point. So it is super friggin' deep over there. Come on. Ah, you stinker. He was hitting it. He was hitting it, folks. Yeah, that's me hitting on that rod. No worries. I need to get out here after being stuck in the hospital for 2 weeks. Yeah, them kidney surgeries, they can take it out of you. There's just a set of bubbles over there. I know there's a whole bunch of fish staying right there. Oh. All right. Let's see, 17 incredible people in. Let's see, and 68 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys are enjoying the show today. So, well, what bait are you guys using? It's a little hot out here, folks. Just a little bit. I don't know. That's right again. Now, folks, keep on. Keep on. Yeah, little baby blue. That's our second captain today. Baby blue cat. And you guys believe these guys get over 100 something pounds? I had them. Last time we decided to hang on for some mud off. Clean our kitten off so everyone can see him. And we're still catching fish, folks. So far, we've caught 2 nice common carp, a freshwater drum, a gar, a flathead, and this is our first little baby blue. Little kitten, folks. Meow meow. Cool little kitten, folks. Beautiful little kitty cat. Meow. I love it, my friends. I love it. Ow, 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 ow. All right, that's the first time I bled out fishing since. Ew, man, that stung. I'm gonna get this kitten back in here. He just clawed me, so. Like, they got razor blades, literally, folks. Everywhere where that fish's fins hit me, I'm bleeding. At that size, they're like, they're tough to grab without getting pinned. It's not a good day fishing until you bleed. Guess what? I'm doing it, folks. That stung. Ooh, don't get that stung. Get the sweat off my brow again. Sand in the, salt in the eyes. Dang it. See, family says, "Oh, I know they are cute when they're that size. Man, they got sharp claws too." Bambi says, "Nice. Thank you so much, Bambi." Another big one just hit the surface out there. Let's see, Only Chicken Fans. How you doing, Only Chicken Fans? Chicken Fans says, "Good afternoon, everyone." Afternoon to you too, my friend. See, Bambi says afternoon. Let's see, so far we've caught 2 nice common carp, a flathead, a blue cat, a freshwater drum, and a gar. Paul says, where I'm in Jersey, we're under a tornado watch now. Well, prayers, my friend. I hope she passes you by. Andy says, stay safe, Paul. Yep, stay safe, buddy. They're trying, folks. They're definitely trying to get those bombs off. They're very good at it, too. If you don't have worms that they can get off, you're not going to hit. These little suckers have got spoiled down here. They won't hit until you feed them. We got a granary upriver, folks, so these fish have got a constant supply of food. And clean that worm off. And they're good, that close. They are. I'm posting for 3 hours today, folks. I think after being in the hospital for 2 weeks, 3 hour piece sounds good to me. Oh. Especially catching fish. If I was sitting down here not catching anything, I might sit down here 6, 8 hours. I'm stubborn like that. I've been doing YouTube for 2 years, and let's see. Paul says appreciate that. Yep. Again, thank you. Hope you're safe, my friend. Stay safe out there. Get indoors if she starts blowing bad. 26 incredible people in it. 72 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. I don't know. Ball rod again. Shade's finally making it down here, folks. Hi. Hey, Seth Johnson is in the house. How you doing, Seth Johnson? Seth Johnson checking in. How you doing today, my friend? Just got out of a 2-week stay in the hospital, Seth. Yeah, I had to have kidney stones removed. I just got the kidney stent out of me not more than 2 days ago. That's our first live stream since. Seth says hi, and Bambi says hi. Seth says, hey, MVP, doing great. Awesome to hear, my friend. That's a bite on a big rod. He's hitting that pretty good. So far, Seth, we've caught 2 nice common carp, a flathead catfish, a freshwater drum, a gar, and a blue cat. Pretty good diversification of species today. Still getting bites, too. Look at these little snickers. They keep getting my worms off. Big one's hitting over here. You gotta use like really light line, these little Carolina rigs. But you got anything over 8 or 10 pound test? I got 20-pound test on this big rod, but I've got a 10-pound leader on that one. So kind of makes sense that even that big rod, I can still get them to hit it. They spook away from the bigger stuff. They really do. Use like 24, 40-pound test down here. They kind of go away from it. Let's see. Seth says, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, MVP. Praying for you. Hey, I'm on the mend now. Still pretty sore and pretty sensitive, but we're back out here fishing. Let's see. Paul says, get him. I'm trying, buddy. Seth says, hey, Paul. Paul says, hey, Seth, what's up? Seth says, I'm doing well, Paul. Seth says, hey, Ben. Ben says, I'm back. I got distracted and got a squirrel for my dog. How you doing, Seth? 21 incredible people in and 73 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Jeez. Paul says, great to hear, man. Where's my soda? Yeah, it's about 92, 94 degrees out here. The heat index is well up into the hundreds. There's a bite on that. Close rod again. Every time I look away. What is it? Oh, he got stuck on the stick when I tried to step it up. Man. Crap. Shouldn't have happened. Stick. He's pulling on it good, too. think I got it, folks. We got him. Our second little baby blue. It's hard to get around these guys sometimes, folks. There's 30, 40-pound fish sitting right by these little suckers. Our second little kitten of the day. Man, I don't want to get skinned again, buddy. Yeah, that's our second little kitten of the day. Come on, buddy. Let me show you off to YouTube, and then you can go back in the water. Go grow up. Awesome fish, folks. Gotta love these guys. Gotta love it, my friends. Beautiful little baby blue. Imagine in 20, 30 years, she'll be 50, 60 pounds. Gorgeous little fish, folks. Gotta love it. Buddy. Back in the water. Thank you. You ate it. Yeah, that was on our Mad Cat rod. Unfortunately, the size wasn't there, but yeah, I'll take them. Take them any day of the week, folks. It's still fun to catch. I was trying to hook that worm on there, and the hook was backwards. I think I'm getting a little exhausted out here in the heat. Yeah, we've got storms over in Illinois. I can see them over there. They just don't want to come over here to St. Louis. That cat. I felt I was going to do that entire cast. Nothing I could do. I kept wiggling it. It was awful. I didn't do it. Better. That's still about 7 or 8 feet deep right there. There's contact on it. Oh, you little stinker. Man, those are the ones I gotta watch. But that wasn't hitting like one of those little blue cats. It was just barely wobbling the tip. Yeah, that's usually those big common carp or grass carp. They don't actually pull the rod. They'll just grab a hold of the bait and kind of set there and bait. When they get down to that hook, they'll spit the hook out. They'll come in with no bait on your line. Rods are back out. Check that check. Yeah, I'm striving for a 3-hour feed today, folks. I'm hoping my body can tolerate it after being in a hospital bed for quite a while. Paul says, "What a here, man." Let's see, Ben says, "I also learned if you have 22 BB and your truck dashboards on summer camp, they will kick you out." I got you, my friend. Bambi says, "All right, and woo." Bambi with the cool little emoji. Thank you so much, my friend. Paul says, "Chad, I'm out of here. Need to run. Hope you all have a great rest of your day and blessed everyone." All right, thank you, Paul, for coming in, and I do appreciate you all the support to the channel, my friend. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. He says, "Take care, Paul." He says, "You too, Paul, and thank you." 22 incredible people in, seeing 73 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. Ben says, "Do you know if Thunder will stream later?" Unfortunately, I don't think he will be. He's picking up his daughter for the weekend. He did mention to me he's working he's working right now, so he doesn't have the time to go pick his daughter up midday and then go live streaming later on. So he's a family first, right, folks? You never know. He might get the time to. I don't know. He might get the time to go streaming, but he said he probably won't. Massive fish, folks. That was just a massive one out there. Only problem is you can't hold out there in that current. That current out there, you would literally need like 5 or 6 pounds worth of weight to hold out there. Not cleaned it off again. They're good, folks. There's a couple little pecks that are enough for them to not clean that bait off. And I'm striving for a 3-hour feed today, folks. Not yet 100%, more like 50% right now. I just haven't done this in a while. I haven't gotten out in this heat. My tube ski off for 3.5, 4 hours free. Drop my eyeball. Alright, rods are back out. Again, I don't think Justin's going to be streaming today. He did mention that he will be picking his daughter up later. Probably won't have time. He's working pretty much alone in the entire place he's working at. No one else showed up for the weekend, which is, it's peaceful, but it's also far more work. See, Ben says, I need to go for a bit. There's a gopher in my garden. Gopher in your garden. Oh, I got you. Justin, how you doing? This is probably not Ben. How you doing today, buddy? See, Drum, how you doing today, Drum? Drum says hi. Emmy says he has a big one. First blessing, Dan. His family, they've been okay. Please be nice. Oh, the turtle. I mean, a little. Okay, and good luck. And with a thumbs up. 22 incredible people in, 74 thumbs up. Awesome, folks. You guys have enjoyed the show today. I don't know how much more of this I can take for our first day streaming in a while. I'm trying my best to push her to 3 hours. I don't know, black rod again. Dropping it again. Pop, pop. Get into that one off. I just started ripping again all of a sudden. Go from not needing 1/8 of an ounce to you could put 5 ounces of weight and they're not going to hold. And we did a pretty good day, our first day out. Couple big common carps and some smaller catfish, a gar, a couple other gar we had up to the bank. I should have had a couple of those gar on bank. I haven't done those guys in a while. I forgot. There's a feeling when you feel like you got the hook into them right. And those two I just did not have the hook into them right. Small flat catfish, small drum. It's pretty good so far today. We really have. For our first stream out in a while. Again, Justin, thank you so much for your support over the time we've been fighting to get YouTube to come accept monetization for me. see. Justin says chilling with Gracie now. That's awesome to hear, my friend. Surviving a big rod. That was a pretty good popping on it. I think our stage down here, folks. So let me tell you what. Let me get our tablet. That way I can set right by the rods. Yep, just in time for me to stand here, get tired out. Tim, how you doing, Tim? Hello, my little brother fisherman. What are we fishing for? And what river is that? We were fishing for now with night crawlers, so our pretty much whatever hit. We're down on the mighty muddy Mississippi River down in St. Louis, Missouri. So far today we've caught common carp, we've caught freshwater drum, blue cat, bar, and flathead. Know how that feels. I don't want to do that. And he says, usually the smaller ones. He's got some, my daughter's 4'11". He says, hi, Tim, what's a day? He says, my small dog is a Shih Tzu, so he looks just like just like the gopher. Make sure you know which one is which. Gee. See, Bambi's laughing her butt off. Of course, that was actually pretty funny. Ah. Let's see, Bambi says, "Ah, she's so cute." Thank you, my friend. Let's see. Says a thunderstruck. And says, my little dog is a boy, and he's interested brown and white. So I can't tell him his dirt. Oh boy, you might want to get him like a pink collar or something. And he's left your butt off again. See 30 incredible people in it, seeing 76 thumbs up, lots of boots. You guys enjoy the show today. I don't know. Oh, you little stinker. Yeah, there's no way to wait for those fish to hit it. You just gotta. They're hitting on it. There's a chance they got the bait in their mouth, so you gotta set that hook. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, folks. So I gotta pick through our bucket and pick out a lot of our smaller worms. To be honest, I just leave the bucket like that. You guys know they can eat 100 worms down here in a couple hours. These little stinkers they can be ravenous when I get them feeding. I'm just gonna leave them like that. There's plenty of worms in the bottom of this bucket. I can't see them. Like, really do. I forgot, folks. It's on. It's on. What have we got? Oh, popped off. That was a big freshwater drum. I never got the hook into him. He was running in with it. Dang it. Crack. That's a couple pound freshwater drum. Notice when I set the hook, there was nothing there. He'd run in 5 or 6 feet. Crack. That was a couple pound freshwater drum. Yeah. I debated whether or not to start the stream like right now, folks, or earlier, and I just wanted to get out here and fish, so I started her early during the sunniest part of the day, which now is actually becoming the most comfortable time in the day. Go big, right? Yeah, we got plenty of worms there. I can't find them. Good evening, Latonya. How you doing, Latonya? Latonya says, "Oh, but good evening. Looks like fishing is good, MVP. Been pretty good today, actually. Not a close fish on. See if I can keep this 110. All right. It's not as big as our last fish corner drum, but we'll take it. We'll take it, my friend. We will take it." So today we've caught 2 big common carp. We've also caught, let's see, this is our second freshwater drum we've landed. We've also caught a blue cat, a flathead, and a gar. Oh, dude. Yeah, that's a nice little, like, half pounder. Yeah, that was a crappie. That'd be a keeper, my friends. Gotta love it, my friends. Gotta love it. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have missed that last one. The last one was about 4 times this size. Get in here close for you guys. I love it. All right, buddy. Back in the water. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bucket out every time we gotta get one. I go through underwater down here pretty dang quick. Sun has just started to get where it's comfortable down here. Still needs some more. I didn't know that, folks. I know. Take that long. Dang it, they're sneaky. They're just good at getting the bait off down here. They are. Not like the bait is like in perfect condition, by the way, either. It's been roasting out here in the sun with heat for the past 3 hours. I'm close to 3 hours. We're getting close to it, folks. I just wanted to do a 3-hour stream today. I wanted to make sure I got out. We got some time out here. Come on. Forget it. Come on, hit it. Get that worm. Looks like about cleaned it off again. you're off again. These worms are not in the great condition. They're about at the end of their rope queue out here. Alright, rods are back out. Getting back into that chat. You guys enjoy the show today. Tammy says, good luck today, Brian. Bryson, how you doing today, Bryson? 106 says, better run. Cheers, everyone, and good luck, my brother. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for dropping by and chatting with us today. Bryson says, me and my dad might go fishing today. Again, good luck, Bryson. Let's get the monster. He says, woo. Tearing him up. He says, good luck, Bryson. Missouri, good luck. Bryson says, yeah, I don't want to go for, like there's a big trout and no big striper bass in there. There are some big stripers down here, actually. I've caught some big stripers. Now, I haven't caught any, like, trout. This is, like, warm water. But, on occasion, we get some stripers down here. Bryson says, thank you. I have to go. All right, thank you so much for coming in, Bryson. And on your way out, please don't forget to double tap that screen for me. 31 people in it and 81 thumbs up. And give us a thumbs up. Thinker, you bit the ankle by a fly while trying to do that. Oh, wait. And we're just trying to push this 3 hours, folks. We are running out of bait, running out of stamina. I put this on. Can I keep the pin? Are you running in with it again? Hey, another little blue cat. Another third blue cat of the day. He's getting a little bigger, and man, that little sucker is fat. Jeez. Now, this guy's been eating my worms for the better part of 3 hours. Look out, you buddy. And he is out. And you don't need any more worms. Man, this sucker looks like he's about ready to explode. We got him, folks. Thanks. Now I'm gonna have to wash you off. Unlike usual kittens, these kittens don't mind the water. In fact, they like it. Pretty little blue cat. Had to flip out of my hand and get all mucky. Now I got to clean his foot off. Right. We got him, folks. Had to clean his butt off. Yep, I kid you guys not, we just broke by the 3 hour mark. Tell you what, it's a great way to end a day on a fish. It's always great to end a day on a fish. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. So today we caught 3 blue cat, let's see, flathead catfish, 2 freshwater drum, a gar, flathead, and 2 common carp. And check out the little belly. I'm gonna show you guys this before I leave. Yeah, look at the little belly on that little thinker. Man, he's been eating for 2 hours out there. Haven't you had enough? Little kitten. Beautiful little fishy, folks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We've just broken by the 3 hour mark, and I think that's a great first start for We'll start that. But, see you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. I love it. All right, folks. We've been in 3 hours, like I said, and I don't want to push through 4 hours. I definitely am not in shape for a 4-hour feed. That's definitely right, folks. 3 hours and 2 minutes. Yep. Let's see. Bryson says, Gopher Lake. There's a big flathead and a bullhead, catfish, a carp, and a striper. Let's see. Bambi says, thank you and blessings. Let's see. Latonia says, great day and great fishing. All right, folks. We're gonna close her down. I'm gonna add my old good luck, stay safe. 34 people in still and 82 thumbs up. Really do appreciate that. Keep them lines tight. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Have an awesome weekend, my friends. Thank you. Appreciate it.